Thanks for joining us today. My name is Lynn Radoka. I'm a volunteer with the Rockingham-Harrisonburg SPCA, and this is...
Hi, I'm Taryn Bromser-Cloden, and I am the adoption facilitator / rescue coordinator / foster care manager for the SPCA.
So here at the Rockingham-Harrisonburg SPCA, heroes come in many forms. Those who adopt, those who volunteer, those who donate, and those who rescue and foster animals. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So Taryn, can you tell us a little bit about the groups that you work with?
Yeah, so we actually have close to 60 different rescue partners, and these come in a lot of different forms. Some are entirely foster-based rescues. Some are other shelters that have limited intake policies, so they kind of decide who's going to come in, who they can help. And all of these different groups we work with kind of based on the needs of the animals that we have coming in. So a lot of these groups are specific to certain breeds of dogs, they're specific to certain ages, things like that. And we just work with them. Some of them are also specific to like special needs, whether it can be medical or behavioral. And so we just work with them depending on the needs of the individual animals that come in. But usually, like I said, we have about 50 that we work with. Any given year, we may work with 20 to 30 of those, just depending on what animals we have coming in, what breeds they are.
And where are they located?
So they're located all over the place. The vast majority of them are fairly close by. They're either in Virginia or Maryland, the tri-state area. We do work with some that are sort of farther away. We have several rescue partners who are up in northern states like New York, Pennsylvania, who we will transport to as well. But so mostly eastern seaboard, and they have to be transported, of course. So we either drive them or sometimes they come pick them up from us. But a vast majority are within a few hours of us. So we do have some longer distance partners as well.
That's great. And how did you get involved with rescue?
Yeah. As an organization, we've been involved for a long time, and we just kind of, it's very normal practice in animal shelters. We've been growing it personally. I got involved with this position. I was originally a kennel tech here after graduating from college. My background's in wildlife rehab, but I wanted to move over into working with domestic animals. And so I just kind of got into this position, and it's been a lot of fun. I love working with rescue groups just because we can help animals that maybe we can't help here, and also you just meet some really amazing people who are really dedicated to helping animals in our community and all over the eastern seaboard. So it's really great.
Great. So tell us a little bit how the rescue process works.
So basically, a rescue gets approved with us. We kind of just have a conversation with them. We'll check references, things like that. And then once they're approved with us, I will usually contact them when I have somebody who I know kind of matches what they specialize in. So say we have an animal come in here and he's a purebred German Shepherd or appears to be close to purebred. And maybe he's just a little stressed out here. Maybe he's got a special medical need. Maybe he's got something that it's going to be kind of hard for our doctors to take on, or hard for him to get over and get healthy while he's here in a stressful environment. So I'll go ahead and either call or email or text, kind of depending on who it is and what my relationship with them is, and say, hey, listen, I've got this dog here. Would you be able to help? And then they kind of tell me what to do from there. And everybody's a little bit different in terms of the requirements. If they are going to go out of state, we do need certain extra requirements like a health certificate and different things. Some people like to have them altered before they go to rescue. And I just work with the rescue depending on what they like. And we get that animal ready to go and we get them sent over.
Okay. So now let's go into talk about a little bit about the pets who don't qualify for rescue. Where do they go? What happens?
Well, obviously, most of the pets that we don't get to send to rescue, of course, we have our adoption program here. But if we have an animal who maybe has a special need and for whatever reason they're not getting into a rescue group, maybe they're a breed that really isn't a good rescue option for, or maybe the rescue group is full, or maybe they can't take that on right now, we do actually have our own locally based foster care program as well.
Okay.
And that's kind of our other option. And we're actually working on building that right now. But sometimes we have animals with special medical needs that we might get help from the community or from a local vet. They might give us a discount or something to help us to treat, and we will keep them here in the community with one of our local fosters and then place them back up through adoption for us.
Okay. So why is it important to have animal foster parents?
Well, it's kind of exactly what you said. It's that extra safety net. We've got animals, we're an open admission shelter, so we take in any animal from Rockingham-Harrisonburg, kind of regardless of what state they're in when we take them. I'm going to pass Miss Brunhilde off to Miss Patty here. We'll talk about her in just a minute. Okay. She's getting a little excited.
Okay.
But basically, it's that extra safety net for somebody who needs a little bit extra. So that can be a cat like Brunhilde, that beautiful tortoiseshell there came in with as a mom with several kittens. In this environment, as hard as our staff works, we still have cats coming in all the time, so there's a lot of potential for disease transmission. There's also the stress of the environment, so we love to place them into a foster home so they can de-stress. They're not going to be exposed to disease, and that allows them to raise their kittens and to get healthy themselves before they come back up for adoption. And if we have an animal with a different kind of special need, maybe they're recovering from a surgery, maybe they have a behavioral special need like a resource guarding behavior, which is very normal and very treatable, very manageable. It's just sometimes hard to do that in a kennel environment.
Right.
So by having the foster option, we're able to give that animal their best possible chance to make them their most comfortable as they wait to find their forever home.
So are you in need of more foster parents?
Absolutely. I'm very glad you asked. It's something we're working on right now. We have an amazing, amazing foster team, and we love them all, and they do such great, great work for us. We have about 30 or 40 approved foster parents. Of those, some are not currently active for various reasons. Maybe just interested in fostering a pet and they ended up adopting.
Okay.
And different changes. So we have about 20 or so like really solid base of foster parents who foster for us regularly, and we'd love to double, triple, 5 times that. We want as many fosters as we can get, simply because that gives us that, just widens that safety net, especially this time of year. This is what we call kitten season,
right.
Which is an adorable name, but it is, it's a big deal for shelters. It means that we're going to be getting in tons and tons of kittens, and kittens are one of those groups that sometimes need that a little bit extra. If they're not big enough, if their immune systems aren't quite strong enough, it is absolutely vital for them to be in a foster home so they can get big and strong before they go up for adoption. It also just allows us, opens up so much space, which is really, really vital during the summer as well. So we would love to get as many new fosters as we can, especially for kittens. But if your heart lies elsewhere, of course, we'd love to have your help in any way possible.
Okay. So let's tell our viewers, how do they go about fostering?
Sure. So there's a few different ways. The best way probably would be to check our website. It's RHSPCA.org. If you go to the volunteer tab, there is a fostering section. It has a little bit of information as well as our application and all that good stuff. It also has my contact information, but you can call the shelter as well. It's 540-434-5270. You can also shoot me an email personally. My direct email is available on the website, but it's rescueinfo, all one word, at RHSPCA.org. And then I can shoot you over all the information for foster care. It's basically just an application, kind of similar to our adoption application, but a little bit more in depth, just because you're probably going to be doing this on a recurring basis, hopefully. Right. And we'll get all that information. And then we'll just schedule time for me to actually come over personally so we can have a one-on-one. You can show me your space. We can talk about where we want to put the foster animals. I'll give you our foster care manual. We'll go over everything. So even if you don't have a lot of experience with animals, maybe you've had your own pets, maybe you haven't, we'll have that one-on-one time to make sure you feel prepared before you get a foster animal. And that's all it is. As soon as you're approved, we'll basically have you on a big list. I will contact you directly when I have someone that I know matches your needs, but I also have a Google group online where I put postings, especially for kittens, because I have a lot of people who foster kittens for us. I may just post, hey, I've got this adorable litter of 4 kittens, who wants to come in and grab them? I might post it online, you'll get an email, or I'll contact you directly, whatever works best for you, basically.
Okay, well, perfect. And of course, if someone fosters and they're interested in adopting, it's a little bit easier, right?
Oh yeah, we love that. We call it foster failure, but that is a misnomer, because we love it. If they're getting a forever home, we're very, very happy. Essentially, like I said, because the foster application is so similar to adoption application, it's all the same information. So you're basically already approved to adopt from us. So we'll just go in and do the rest of that paperwork, get them in your name, and you can keep them forever. And then in the same line, if you have a friend or a family member who comes in and falls in love with your foster pet, you can give them that application, and we love it when that happens. I kind of consider our foster parents adoption ambassadors as well. It's sometimes they're the one who's really advocating for that animal, and sometimes they can be the one that find them the best home. So we love that. That's the number one thing.
Awesome. So is there anything else you'd like to add today about rescue or foster for viewers?
Just thank you very much to all the people who've tuned in today. We really appreciate it. And if you are interested in fostering or actually helping with rescue as well, something we didn't talk about, like I mentioned, we do sometimes have to drive the animals places, and sometimes the only thing standing in the way between an animal and their forever home is a ride somewhere. So we do have a number of really dedicated transporters, but if you'd like to get involved with that as well, it just basically means maybe a Saturday morning you come in here, pick up a couple of cats for me, pick up a puppy or something, drive them up usually to Northern Virginia, sometimes other places in the state, and we'll give you all that information, and it's a great program as well, and you can really have a big hand in helping that animal reach their happy ending.
Well, wonderful. Thank you for your time today, and thank you to all our viewers, and we'll see you next time.